welcome to my Mother's Day video for the card hop with LV Handcrafted and Friends. Just wanted to show you what I was thinking about doing. I had a conversation with a friend of mine who was really sad that for my second card in the Alice in Wonderland series, I used this embossing folder and then basically covered it up with a bunch of ephemera. So we're going to use this as the focal piece. And I grabbed some cream card stock, well, some card bases. So these are just standard A2s, of course, my usual. And I grabbed this really nice, like, I don't know, teal, I guess? Whatever color this is. Sort of a blue, sort of a green. A blue-green, if you will. And I think this will look really good matted, because I feel like this would be like the spiritual successor to my Gina K birthday card, because this is a Gina K Designs embossing folder. And this is part of the Radiant Roses bundle, which you may have seen my unboxing on, but basically it also comes with stencils, which will make our life really easy when we want to color this. But I will also say that if you don't have stencils, like you can just use your finger or a flat blending tool, and basically what we're going to do is just sort of highlight the top of the embossing, the part that's pushed up, to sort of give it a little more bling, because like this is really, like we could probably leave this as is, but and just like mount a sentiment on it or something. But I think I want to color this and make it look cooler. The other option, if you have them, are, if I can get things out of my desk, always a challenge. You can also use like a mini ink blending tool. And I think I'm going to do one of these with ink and one of these with lunar paste. I pulled Later Gator and Clear Skies for the lunar paste. I'm probably just going to use my finger for that because it's usually easier. And I think we will grab a couple of similarly colored inks from Catherine Pooler. Let me see what I have. I think I just found one I hadn't used. So I think In the Park, which almost identically matches this, be good for the foliage. And we just really need to find a blue. We shall see if my stash here has one, and if not, we can. Yeah, this is more greens. I've been doing a lot of greens. I've just been in sort of a more floral mood lately, but let's just grab. So this is just going to be sort of our more standard approach to inking things, where we don't need to be like super careful, but we want to be fairly careful. And I think I want to come back in with this main rose and give it a little bit more. This is Michael's cardstock, so it's pretty absorbent, like it's a non-coated cardstock, so it makes this pretty easy to do. And we are probably going to get our hands slightly blue, but nothing like what's going to come when we start messing around with lunar paste, because I feel like just using your fingers with lunar paste is always about a million times easier. So let me, oh, here we go. Let me just grab a baby wipe and get the blue off my hands, and we can take a peek at this and see how we like how it came out. I will say with all this kind of stuff, it's like, it doesn't need to be perfect, although when it comes out close to perfect, that's pretty nice too. I will save our tape for later. And here you can see, this top flower is a little off, but these other two are pretty great, and this main flower is quite nice. So this is coming out before Mother's Day, so I don't know if I should say who is getting all the things, but again, you kind of have to line this up, and this bottom one is probably the easiest to line up here. As you see, we have a little bit that comes off. I'm just going to tape here and then tape on the side. We could tape on the back as well, but I think just keeping the stencil down should be fine. Let us cover up one ink. I do really actually like this ink, which I don't know. I found a lot of stuff cleaning this weekend because I was sort of on more of an organizational kick than anything. Um, and part about that is sort of gearing up for the, well, the various marker swatches that I have yet to do. So here, the one thing with these kind of stencils is you basically want to go not in the direction of the little middle part of the leaf, if that makes sense, because they're sort of free floating. Um, and so, like, if you do, and you kind of want to be delicate with this, given how the stencil is put together. It is. You could use pixie spray as well. And here we go. This looks pretty great. These cards together in the interim, and you can see what the overall look we're going for is going to be. I am just going to lose my bone folder on my desk again and then find it, and just going to reinforce that fold. And then pretty much the rest of this all just comes together with tape. I'm going to use my, well, get the extra bits off, but I'm going to use my AdTech roller because I still need to refill my ATG gun. And you could, of course, use glue if you are more of a glue person. With these kind of cards, I feel like they just come together really nicely with just tape. So there we go. This is down. I think I'm going to use glue on this front panel. Basically, when you emboss it, you're somewhat weakening the paper, so I want to make sure that we have good adhesion so it doesn't fall off. So I am just going to use my wonderful pH neutral glue, recommended by LV Handcrafted and Karen Burniston, who makes these fantastic bottles that don't actually jam, which is great for me. And then we are just going to burnish it a little bit. You could use a squeegee for this. I'm just doing it with my hands because since we're gluing paper to paper, this is going to be really straightforward. And here you see sort of what our final product is. I may add a sentiment or a personal message to my mother on the inside, but I am really liking this color palette and how this turned out.